So today we're going to be reviewing one of the worst sets of 2015, Anakin's Custom Jedi Starfighter, or Interceptor. I mean, there's so many of these. It's crazy how many LEGO makes. But the reason why it's the worst set of the year, it's blue. Should have been in dark green. If you get the joke, good. If you don't, go watch Lego Boy 1234567's review of this set. It's right at the end. It's a nice spicy meme. But as for figures, we'll go to figures first. You got our little turntable. You get a Saw's Ventress, and this is like the first non-Clone Wars version of a Saw's Ventress. It comes with dual lightsabers. The hilt's now been molded in light gray. I think it's the first time. She's got new torso printing, obviously, new face printing, and it does wrap around on the back. Nice lilac printing, which is nice. Whoa, her lightsabers went flying. And then we got what is referred to. Come on, stick on the Mega Bloks pieces, because I actually use a Mega Bloks stand. Whoa. And this is... How did I even build this? Something like that? Yeah. Anyway. This is the Astromector that's included in the set. He's red. And no, he isn't red from the LEGO Angry Birds sets. He's basically just R2-D2 with a red molded head and a red printed body. That's about it. Mine got a misprint, if you see on the eye. It's above where it should be. Thanks, LEGO. And then, as for our last minifigure, yeah, this also becomes an escape pod, basically. But I need to do that to get Anakin out. Anakin comes with 2 accessories, a lightsaber, and a pair of binoculars. They're both pretty cool accessories. I wasn't expecting the binoculars because, you know, normally you just get lightsabers in Star Wars sets and not much else. Then here you go. Anakin. Cool Anakin, you know. Mom died or something in this movie, so probably why. It has a secondary face. Them being, like, really mad that the frickin' Tusken Raiders killed his mom. Something like that. I don't know. Haven't seen the movie in ages, but anyway, let's get into the review of the Starfighter itself. And overall, this set is, for the $40 price tag, I mean, you get 370 pieces, but I feel almost as if that's only because you get, like, a bunch of, spring-loaded shooters, because that's the one thing I've noticed. Ever since spring-loaded shooters got added to sets, it will seem as if that the sets are a little bit more expensive, but that does allow for, like, a wide range of, like, builds. Like, you know, you can have, like, a $37 set with, like, these specialized pieces, but charge $40, so you can get, like, a different size build, so it's not always, like, the cookie cutter. Oh, this $20 set will be $20. Whatever. The color scheme for the ship is dark blue, or really blue with dark blue accents. Here, around here, and blue. I mean, white. I can color. Right here on the front of the ship, you have these nice engine pods. Now, in the instructions, it doesn't tell you to put the little round sticker on the Technic piece, because if you were to do that, it'd actually be extremely difficult to take apart and keep the set together. But I did it anyway because I like the look, because you get line. And here, you got a sticker here on this long blue slope piece. It's been used on, I think, every Jedi Starfighter. And some of them are prints, some of them are stickers. I know the set in 2008, like Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter and Vulture Droid. Or maybe it wasn't Vulture Droid. It might have been. Had it printed, like, here, and here, like, all on basically 3 major sides of it. And I think that was because of, what's the series that came before it? Exoforce used a lot of these. And I think those were printed in Exoforce. I may be wrong on that, but right here, you have a place for your R4, P44, whatever his name is. Put him right there, and he's in there, and he can help Anakin pilot the ship. And also near the front of the ship, you got these pieces, which is why it makes it a custom Jedi Starfighter. You have these pieces, which are on mini ball joints, and they can just move around, blah blah blah, and kind of just give it a different look. as you can see, they curve upward, and it's not really the best way, but given it's a Lego set, probably the best that Lego could have done. But if this was like maybe a Hasbro toy, Hasbro could have probably come up with a better molding of, you know, just this being done up. But because it's Lego, you know, they have physical limitations on what they can do with their parts. And then continuing down, you see this striping, which is pretty nice. There's only one issue that I have with it, is that you have the stripe here, but really there should be a line here, and then this line should continue. So it does look a little off, especially if you're viewing it from the top. You can see that it's more noticeable from the top than from really the sides, I think. So it's not really too big of an issue if you're just, you know, swooshing it around, so to speak. It's not really going to be too big of an issue because it's just, you know, just minor stuff. And as I was talking about earlier, escape pod feature. Here Anakin is, and he's got a little sticker detailing on there. Probably A for Anakin, or maybe A for A+ in school. And you got some nice trans blue pieces in there, some gold. I wonder what the trans blue is standing for. Maybe some sort of console. But there's a console inside the escape pod sort of build, which is right there. Kind of hard to see. It's a Sauce Vengeance's ship from the classic TV series. There is one more detailing that I should show. This little Republican symbol. Republican. No, this isn't Donald Trump. Republic symbol. And then around the back of the ship, got some nice engine detailing in this light blue color, trans light blue. And on the bottom of the ship, you have these slots for extra spring-loaded missiles. Because yes, there are spring-loaded missiles in this set. Then you got landing gear here, which is kind of pointless because this brick right here in the back, this light or dark bluish gray brick, is actually the landing gear. So it's like you have this down. It would the ship would actually be sort of yeah. Come on, let me get that down. It would actually sort of like want to move a bit. So it is a little annoying because of that, but it's not too big of a deal. And yes, as I was saying, there's some spring-loaded shooters. I love the use of this black piece. It was used on many classic spaces. It was also used in Betty's Spaceship set, which I believe was also released in 2015. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it was a summer 2014 set. I don't remember. But you got these spring-loaded missiles, and they go. Whoa, that one didn't go out. This one, come on. And those didn't want to go out. Come on. There we go. Let's fire off the other one. There we go. And they both fire off, and you have some extra shots on the bottom of the ship, as I was saying. So, overall, I think the ship has a nice, sleek, swooshable design. It's done well enough where you're able to swoosh it, but I do feel there are some parts that can come off pretty easily. You know, you ram this into a wall, you drop it, these are going to definitely come off. This little nose bit may come off, but I haven't had too much of an issue with it. But I know that if you are to drop this, and I did drop it, this comes off, these two pieces come off, and then the wings may or may not come off, because when I dropped it, only one of the wings came off. So I think as far as durability goes, it's going to last you longer than you might think, because as long as you don't drop it, it's not a very heavy set, so more likely than not, you're not going to drop it. So it kind of evens out like, you may drop it, but more than likely you're not going to. And then from a build standpoint, I actually found this build to be pretty interesting because I've only built 2 other Jedi Starfighters, and the last one I built is actually very similar to this one. Saucy Tin's Jedi Starfighter. It's a dark green one. This one should have been dark green though. But the Saucy Tin set, it's a very similar build internally. And they use the same escape pod feature. I don't think the last one I built had the escape pod-esque feature. You know, like this gets too damaged, you just take this off and fly away. I don't think the last one had it. I forget what set it was. I think it was Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. Probably wrong about that. But I haven't played with that one in years. It's like all boxed up. But as far as value goes, I was going to the sense that, oh, this is more like a $37 set or a $35 set. Because you get like these more specialized pieces that require metal and require to be, you know, they have 2 different molds just for the spring-loaded shooters. maybe that's where some of the price difference is. But I do feel that the weight, it has increased enough that I do feel that the set isn't too bad of a value. It certainly isn't overpriced or really even pricey. It's just one of those things where you're like, could we have seen like a $3 or $37.99 set? Well, no, Lego's gonna shoot for the $40 price tag, and if the consumers hurt a little tiny bit, like, oh, maybe I'm paying $1 extra more, they're not gonna go and change the set's value. It just doesn't make sense. But overall, I give the set probably a 4.5 out of 10. I think it is a great set if you're into the TV series, and I think the build is durable enough, and it's lightweight enough of a set that you're probably not going to drop it, but if you do, some parts will fall off, but the repair has always been pretty easy. It always falls off in like pretty big chunks like this. That wing will come off. So it's not too big of a deal, and the only piece that I'd see you losing would be this piece. And the overall, like the build, it's different than your typical Starfighter. This is a lot like Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter with the striping. And we haven't really seen that since Plo Koon's Starfighter retired years and years ago. So, and plus it's fun to play with. You can just swoosh it around because it's not so heavy, and you have the firepower. So I think that a 9 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10, basically an A-. I think the set is an okay value for your parts, or for the money. But considering that it is a Star Wars set, you are going to pay the extra licensing fee, rather than opposed to a city set. So, if you like the set, go pick it up. I think it's a good value. And if you like the video, don't forget to rate it and comment. And if you have any thoughts that if I can improve this video format, just say so below in the comments. Thanks for watching.